Hi class. So for this demo, what I'm going to do is I have my hand sculpture. It has been staying in a damp box or like a Tupperware bin so that it doesn't totally dry out. And then I have my figure that I started in the last demo. Before I do any more detail in the figure, I want to get it to interact with this hand. So I'm going to pull the figure off of the armature for the time being. And using the Croquis Cafe website will still be useful for some of the anatomy, but I am going to have to change the gesture so that it really feels incorporated here. So I'm going to bring this leg forward a bit. So by me flushing in some of the basic proportions, it is still helping me a lot, even if I am changing the pose, because I'm getting a lot of those proportions right. It is going to feel more active as a model. And I'm going to set the figure there. And then I think, if possible, I'm going to bring the hand sculpture and the figure back up here. And I'm going to create a new hole here to help slide that figure into place so that she will have some support while I continue to sculpt. I am also going to grab a little bit of clay and create a couple little temporary supports that will go between, say, the finger and the body right there. And it's not attaching to either side, but it's going to help stabilize while I'm working. And maybe the third one that I'm going to do is I'm going to create a little wedge under this back knee here so that the figure doesn't want to rotate out as I'm working. And that, again, will come out a bit later. So now I have a relatively active pose. It's very different than what I initially started with, but I can create maybe some kind of rope or something that this backhand is pulling to try and get the apple. Okay, so I just did the first pass of the figure actually attached to the hand. I did score and attach the body on the legs and on the hand, and that way they will dry together and it will all become one sculpture. After the time lapse, I just attached this little clay rope. That's going to want to dry super fast. So I wanted to wait for a while, and I'm going to just have to be really careful as I'm working to make sure that that does not become too dry. So I wanted to get everything attached while there's still moisture in the clay, even though it's a little bit harder to get in between the two pieces to like clean up the legs here. Having them well attached and interacting, I think, is going to be for the best. So there will be one more pass that I'll do on the figure before I'll consider this sculpture done. That's going to be spending a lot more time on little details, getting the surface of the figure to kind of match the hand in terms of detail. So this little narrative here the figure is trying to wrench the apple core out of the giant hand, pulling on the rope to try and pull the thumb away and pushing to get that removed. So it will take me another maybe 1 to 2 hours to be done with this sculpture. I was also able to get the figure fully attached now because I'm not going to have to go and cut it open to hollow it out. The entire figure is an inch or less in thickness. I still have one post that is going into the figure. I will have to patch that up by making a little coil and then stuffing that in there and packing it in so that I don't trap any air bubbles. So that's it for today, and thanks for watching.